Hello my friends and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to kill the more difficult arcs in Arc Raiders with the exception of Queen. I highly recommend double carrying for most of these, and one of them should definitely be a heavy ammo weapon. Anvil or Pharaoh works perfect. Anvil is obviously preferred over Pharaoh, but Pharaoh can definitely get the job done as well. Just make sure you upgrade it to tier 4. Otherwise, it will take a week and a half to reload between each shot. And the same thing with Anvil. To improve the fire rate and really get the best out of it, I highly recommend upgrading it. I personally run either Anvil or Pharaoh with a Stitcher, and all of them preferably at tier 4. And Stitcher definitely with an extended mag as well. Also, I will be using some grenades, mainly the Blaze grenade and a few heavy fuse ones, but I intentionally did not use a wolf pack, as everyone knows that is the best way to get rid of any arcs. Just most gamers don't have access to those, and it would make for a boring video if I just throw around a ton of wolf packs. But enough yapping, let's get to it. Right, one of my favorite ways to kill a Rocketeer is to go into this bunker thing here. And then, when you have eyes on them, make sure you shoot the front rotors, because that's the side that's always going to be facing you. Let me take out this guy here first. Okay, very good. We'll get it later. So, over there, just shoot him in the front rotor. Now it's going to be coming towards you. Just shoot him until he gets close. Try to get the armor plates down. If you shoot him from afar away, just be aware of the bullet drop. And if it's really far, sometimes it takes a while to just get to you. It's taking more shots than I would like, to be honest. I don't know why he's so slow. I've never seen him come towards me this slow. There we go. One of them is down. Switch to the other one. Okay, this bastard's gonna ruin our plans a little bit. Worry about that later. Reload and go again. Once you take two of the rotors down, he cannot fly. There you go. And it's as simple as that. And then just shoot him in the core until he dies. Sometimes he dies from the fall alone, but not always. And just as simple as that. Another really good way to kill a Rocketeer is from a distance. As you can see, there's one right there. He's really far away. And since they're so slow to come to you, you just start blasting him from a distance. And as you can see, he even turns slowly. And you just keep blasting away. He's a little bit quicker this time around, but it's still extremely slow. Should be able to get one rotor before he gets to me at least. One thing you always have to take into account is the bullet drop as well. Hello. I'm hoping this guy doesn't help me because I'm trying to do a solo queue. And there he is. But still, you get the idea. But now he's pretty much gone. And obviously got a little bit of help from these guys, but you can still see how simple it is if you start shooting him from a far away enough distance. Alright, and as you can see, we have a friendly neighborhood Bombardier, or not a Bombardier, Bastion over there. And to kill one of those, it's, in my opinion, slightly harder than a Bombardier, but it's definitely doable solo. I would highly recommend you stock up on some grenades. I brought 2 fuses, or 2 blaze grenades, and 3 heavy fuse grenades, sorry. And how I start it off usually is I try and get a shot on the back canister right there. There we go. And then I do my blaze grenade. I wait for a moment where he stops shooting, and then I go for the canister. Or the joints, rather. Put another molly on him. And just keep going for the joints. When you take one out, you get stunned. And that's when you keep shooting the other joints that are exposed. There he is again. Throw a little grenade on him. I always try and get the nade kind of behind him a little bit. Because that's his exposed part, but obviously if he's fighting you, he's never going to turn his back on you. There's something to be aware of. Wait for him to slow down a bit and go for the joint. I completely whiffed that grenade, unfortunately. Which is not ideal. And the idea is to kind of switch positions, because he always shoots you where he last saw you. You can see he switched to the right. It's really hard to see where the joint is, because he's smoking. Always keep your shield full as well. And you don't want him to walk like that way, because obviously if he's back there, it's much easier for him to shoot you. And don't shoot him in the core unless you can shoot him in the back. It's not worth it. Just keep going for the joints. There we go. And done. Wasn't the cleanest thing ever. Obviously, once again, if you have a wolf pack, it's 10 times easier, but I don't want to spam wolf packs and just abuse that for a video. Because I know a lot of you don't have access to those, and they are kind of rare, right? But when you go for loot, once again, make sure you loot everything so the empty limbs disappear. Alright, and fighting leapers is actually extremely easy. They look kinda intimidating at first, but we're just gonna shoot it once. We're gonna get him to aggro us, and then we just go into either a doorway or just under a roof, basically, and that we just want him to push us. What I like to do is I want to shoot the armor plating off of his eye, and then I take out a blaze grenade. You can also use a fireball burner if you want, and you just throw it into its eye, and try not to burn yourself like I did. The only problem is he likes to get really close and stun you, so you just gotta look out for that. You can see it's already almost dead. I could throw another fireball, but it's not necessarily. One is usually enough if you have a gun with heavy ammo, as you can see. But just be aware that if you have a gun that makes a lot of noise, you might get third-partied on all of these arcs. So yeah, once you kill him, you can go and loot all of its limbs. I would highly recommend you, if you don't want something, just salvage it, and that way the leg disappears. So if everything is bunched into one pile, then that's an easy way to get rid of it. And the best way to kill these guys is obviously heavy ammo. I can one-shot them, but if you don't have one, wait for the flamethrower. I'll show it again. Once he opens up, you can kill him. Just be aware that the area around him is gonna catch on fire. And the weaker pops are even easier to kill. You can just shoot light ammo at them, and they die pretty much from two light ammo shots. So once again, that's the same guy. Dies from one heavy ammo shot. So really, really easy to kill. See if I can find a regular one here as well. Yeah, there he is. Alright, we got our friendly neighborhood Bombardier over there. So in order to deal with that guy, you need to get yourself behind him to shoot the yellow canister on its back. That's its weak spot, the backside. But he also has 2 spotter drones, which essentially fly around corners, spotting for the Bombardier, so his rockets are more accurate. So the way I usually deal with him is I go try and get that back shot, which stuns him for a second, and then I can deal with it with the spotters. So if I go... No, he turns towards me now. It's not easy to deal with this guy, but you definitely need to be in cover, so we're gonna use that building after. I would really like to take out these first, but it's very hard to do that if you don't have cover, and after that it's almost impossible to get the shot on its back. And see how often he turns as well. The weak spots are also the yellow joints, so I can see right there, that's the canister. So we're gonna chill here and wait for him to turn, and then we're gonna use the blaze grenades to burn him, and then we're gonna try and deal damage and run inside of them. And also, you don't want to get really close, because he has like an EMP pulse, which is very unhealthy. So right there, you can see the yellow canister. And I fucked up. Which sometimes happens. Not much you can do about it. So now I just shoot the yellow joints. That was not a very good show of how to do it, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Once again, I highly recommend you use a heavy weapon. Anvil is best because you can shoot more frequently. And it's a lot of smoke in the way here right now because of the spotters. But essentially, what you want to do is try and get rid of its joints. That limits its mobility, allows you to get behind them more easily. And it also stuns them for a second. You can see now the whole joint is exposed and the shot is much easier to hit. Not ideal, but I'm gonna throw a molly on him. It deals a lot of damage. And these guys also respawn, by the way. They don't deal damage, but the reason we... Fuck's sake. But the reason we want to deal with them is because if someone comes for a third party, those lasers immediately pinpoint you. And obviously that is not ideal. As you can see, he's really damaged now. Once again, he's stunned. I'm gonna molly again, just because he's easier to hit. And I'm gonna keep trying to shoot the limbs. Oh shit, I didn't see that coming. But that can happen, so be careful. As you can see, we did a lot of damage. On the left side, you can see how much damage your grenades and stuff do. That time we did 2,000 damage with the molly. And that did it. I didn't even realize he died. It would have been much easier if I just had the shot on his back, but you don't always get it. Just be aware of that. And I highly recommend you have a looting Mark II on you, so you get 2 safe pocket slots. And the same thing applies here. If you loot something, loot it all the way, or either salvage or something, so the limb disappears. Because he drops a lot of parts, and you know, obviously, bigger the pilot, harder it is to get to the bottom. And here we go, a Bombardier cell. And you get a ton of XP from killing him. The damage dealt. And obviously looting every single piece is like 500 XP. Alright, in order to fight our good friend Hornet and his friends, you literally just shoot the rotors. On Wasps, it's very easy, because it doesn't have any armor. It's usually best done with a light ammo gun. You can just full send it. I don't want to kill the Hornet too quick here. But as soon as you hear him charge, you kind of leap or dodge. And it shouldn't be very hard to not get hit, unless you're completely out of stamina. And obviously, in order to kill him, once he gets really close, you can kind of see the back rotors, which are unarmored. You just shoot that, and it's as simple as that. And just to quickly demonstrate, when you shoot him, as he is about to shoot you with the... Let me take care of this guy. So as he's about to shoot you, if you shoot any of his rotors, that almost always puts him off. Like this. Always sidestep as well, because you never know for sure. But once you get the 2 other rotors, it's as good as dead. And that about sums it up, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you wouldn't mind, drop a like and a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.